Hi, my name is Nathan, and today we're going to do a comic book review of Punisher, issue number 1, the 2022 version, brought to you by RatedComics. Let's get to it. We begin this issue with one of Marvel's most iconic anti-heroes, the Punisher, with the shooting in an open area. We presume it's a playground or a park. I'm going to go with park because the green on the ground, the grass on the ground, but we aren't told which one. It's an area having a lot of grass. Amongst the shooting, we see children and a woman caught in between. Multiple men and not just one carrying out the shooting. A medic is telling the woman, who is named Maria, to hang on. Being shot multiple times, Maria has lost a lot of blood and she might die. The man shot shows strength and grit, and it's your boy Frank Castle. As the medics observe both of them, Maria is unresponsive and Frank Castle calls out for her multiple times. Chest compressions begin on Maria, but to no avail. The man is going towards Maria and she seems to be someone very close to him. Perhaps that's his wife. That's what I'm gonna go with. As the man struggles to keep his eyes open, he passes away with blood red in front of his eyes. This is the story of Frank Castle. My only experience with Punisher is just the cinematic movies in the early 2000s and also the Netflix show, which I thought was gangster. But as far as ever reading a comic book of Frank Castle, this is my first go around. So pardon me if I sound a little green with reading this or my knowledge or backstory with this. The only reason why I'm doing this review, well, one, I am curious about this, and two, there was a comment, and I gotta thank you for that comment for asking me to do that comic book review of Punisher, issue number 1. The panel then shifts to a warehouse where men wearing gladiator helmets, who are called the Apostles, and they're supposedly keeping something safe or waiting for a shipment. I am not sure, but they're clearly doing some work for their boss. They're someone's henchmen, and they are in their normal state until they hear firing outside. The entire warehouse is under attack, and before the men who are being shot at on the communications breathe their last breath, the name they take in, the name they say, is our boy, the Punisher. As for the inside of the warehouse who hear that name, their heart races. They're scared, they go numb, and they believe that this might be the last day. It is your last day, but they won't go without a fight. They got you. Mama didn't raise no bitch. They take out their weapons, some technologically advanced ray guns. The men gear up to face Frank Castle, and they ready their weapons. The lights go out, it goes dark, and they are killed one by one after the other, with only one man from the gang remaining. With him being brutally injured, he just asks one question as the henchman looks at him in awe. "Who do you work for?" says Frank. The man struggles to answer the question because he knows the consequences are going to be torturous by his boss. At least that's what he knows, and that's what he thinks, but he knows it. The man says that he cannot betray who he works for because he will do far worse than get him killed. So take my life away, Punisher, because I ain't telling you nada. The Punisher then tells the man to pick up his gun and tells him that there is nothing worse than for people like him. As the man proceeds to pick up his gun with his single hand, the other one being chopped off by your boy, with the single swift, the Punisher slits his throat with his katana. It doesn't kill him yet. Then the Punisher will stab him from behind. Blood bursts out of the body as ever merciless Punisher looks on. We are then introduced to the hand, and this is an awesome intro with all this hand that we're hiding and ninja soldiers that just emerged from the darkness. We are then introduced to the hand, an organization with a lot of power in these areas. The hand is an organization functioning for centuries globally, having assassins for hire. The Punisher is part of the organization because he seems to be the most skilled. As his helicopter lands, he meets with the old woman who is called the High Slayer. She questions whether he used the one-stroke blade technique, which the Punisher messed up earlier. She then informs him that the latest shipment has arrived, and the shipment is of people who have been hunted. These are no ordinary people though. These include murderers, rapists, and child abusers from all parts of the world. The Punisher then proceeds to execute these people one after the other using his sword because that is what the people deserve. What, no guns? I mean, I'm used to Frank Castle having guns and going cam on that military style, but I guess I can get used to this. I don't know, I'm just going with the flow with it, but what are you guys' thoughts on this? We know that Frank Castle had a stern trial before he could join the hand. Frank Castle took the trial, and since he passed it, he is now the most famous mass murderer of the world. I thought he was the famous mass murderer of the world before that, but nobody who does wrong can be free from the blade of the Punisher. He executes all the people and then tells his helpers to bring more of them on the following day as he walks back to his chambers. The trial was fierce. It was something most men would fail to do. And even though Frank Castle was injured, he kept wiping out men one after another. And this is at his own house? This is some weird way to put a brother to trial. Shooting them and stabbing them until they stopped breathing. This flurry of red ninjas was made even redder because of all the blood and guts going around in there. And the woman watching the trial is in awe because of the sheer power, will, and domination the Punisher shows. He truly embodies the worst person you can cross, a beast in its true nature, and someone who kills without consequence, punishing style. Relentless and impeccable is what Frank Castle is. The woman then tells Castle about the hand and their aim as Castle aims his weapon at her. What kind of test is this? You coming up in my house? You know what? It's on sight when I see you. Actually, I'm gonna kill you on sight, but before he can do that, she shows him a tray of weapons and asks that he recognizes something from the tray. She says that she can make Castle accessible again. She can help fulfill his destiny by offering a bargain that remains hidden until later on in this issue. She can help fulfill his destiny. She admires Frank Castle's brilliance, strength, and determination and will because she was confident that he would clear the trial. He would pass. Okay, I still gotta see where this is going. Frank is then seen going into a bed beside a woman who is already asleep. He says that he missed her and lies next to her. She is none other than Maria, the Maria who supposedly died due to multiple gunshots in her body. I know the hand has a significant say in how Maria managed to survive. It could be a deal where the hand resurrected Maria from her death to get Castle service. I don't know, but since Maria was the person he loved the most in the world, he couldn't say no to this deal. The Punisher is now the hand's killing machine, serving death to people who deserve it and many of those who don't. This is the end of this issue. The ending of the story leaves plenty of room for retreat. I remember from the Netflix Punisher show, The Hand, I was like, there's no way in hell he would join it, but this makes sense to me. And personally, I'm pretty excited for the next edition. I hope to see the series set on and see how this series builds up. I don't know about you, but I am interested enough to come back for more. That kind of cliffhanger, come on, you can't do a brother like that. Link in description if you wish to add this comic book to your comic book collection. I think we're in for a great ride, but the ending is a little bit of a head scratcher, but it's a good itch where you're going to keep coming back for more to scratch it away. That just kind of sounds weird, but that's what I'm going to go with. But with that being said, Punisher, issue number 1. What you guys think of the comic book? Comment below, let me know. And also, if you like the content we're throwing up, you know what to do. Don't be shy and don't be stingy. Here at Rated Comics, we do awesome comic book reviews, comic book related content with the occasional comic book giveaway. Thanks again for watching. Until next time.